Today we're going to be doing a core workout that you can do at your house on the floor with no extra equipment. Hope you guys enjoy. So first off, we're going to do a little bit of stretching and warm up for our core. So one thing that I like to do is get that whole entire torso and stuff loosened up. Those back muscles are going to come in handy a lot, so you just need to get that nice and loose. Then doing this kind of yoga type of pose, like the cobra, I believe it's called. Oh, can't really talk during that. And just getting that nice and limber, just so we can kind of start to get some blood flow to there and get that all ready to go. And then what I like to do is do just the traditional crunch, knees bent, arms at my side or right here. Do 50 of these. And I'm not going to do them all for the sake of this video, but just try and get that core nice and warmed up. So starting off, and I have my list here, we're going to be doing hollow body holds. So a lot of these core workouts will be more focused on doing lots of reps. So you'll be seeing like I did with the crunches, right? So that's like 50 reps in about a minute or so. That's typically not what we do on the climbing wall. So typically you'll make one move and you'll stay in that locked off core position for a couple of seconds. And even in a more extreme case, on like a steep overhang, you might be in a core intensive position for up to a minute or two. So in here, we're going to be working on core strength in about a minute interval. So starting off, we're going to do the first exercise is the hollow body hold. Now, this is basically holding this position, and there's a very specific way. And I'm going to try to get my shirt nice and tight so you guys can see it. So you see I'm holding here. The only part that's touching is right here. I have this in a very locked off position. I'm very tight here. I'm locked in. My legs are off the ground. The only thing that's touching is maybe like the top of my butt and my lower back. And I have that hunched position that's kind of, keeping me really tight there. So we want to hold that for about 1 minute, like this. It's going to be really hard. It looks not that bad, but it's pretty brutal. And if you guys find it to be too easy, you guys can take a Nalgene, a water bottle, whatever you can find that you have weight around your house. Hold it, put it above your head, and just hold it. I would suggest holding it between 30 seconds and 1 minute, depending on what you can do. And do that 3 times, and we're going to take 30-second rests in between. So remember, don't sacrifice form. Get that nice position, hold it there, stay really tight, and let's move on to the next one. So the second exercise we're going to be doing is the bicycle. So for the bicycle, what we're going to do is we're going to assume that hollow body position, and we're going to focus on keeping our feet pointing really hard, because when you do a climbing move, you're going to always have your foot pushing out against the hold. You're never going to do, like the traditional bike is to do this. We're going to keep our feet out like this and come in and switch. And that entire time, we're keeping that hollow body position, so our lower back is the only thing that's touching, and I mean the very lower back. All this from here up should be hunched like this, and we're coming back, leaving this leg straight, elbow to knee, and we're never, let me see, so we're never actually pulling both legs back at the same time. So we're going here, back, here, back, here, back, here, back. And we're gonna do that 20 times and take 30 seconds rest and do it a total of 3 times. 3 sets. Moving on to the next exercise, we're going to be doing planks. So this is going to be where we put our elbows on the ground here, and we're going to put our feet on the mat here, and we're going to assume that hollow body position, but in the opposite direction. And at this point, you can add leg lifts to it. You can come tap your elbows, whatever you have to do. And we're going to hold that position for around 30 seconds to 1 minute. We're going to take 30 seconds in between, and we're going to do it a total of 3 times. So again, we're holding this position. Do not do this. You want to be in that strong, arched back, really tight, same position as the hollow body. And we're going to just kind of play around here to keep it, exciting and interesting rather than just holding it firmly like this. Okay, for our next exercise, we're going to be doing the V sit-up. So from this, we're going to go back to this hollow body position. We're going to come up to here, balancing on the way down, balancing on the way up. Really nice. We don't want to jerk it because we're going to start to rock. Very slow. Climbing is a very controlled and powerful thing, so we need to be very controlled and powerful in our movement here. If you want to, grab this. You can make yourself a little heavier. It actually might make it easier on one way than the other, and you can hold it here and make it really difficult. And so there's always ways to make these things more difficult or easier. And so for that, we're going to do 3 sets of 20. So one set would be from here, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do that 20 times, 20 reps of that for 3 sets. For our last exercise, we're going to work on our the other side of our core, our back, which did get some workout in these, but it wasn't exactly targeted. So for this, we're going to do Supermans. So for this, we're going to lay on our stomach. And we're going to put our arms out and our feet back in this Superman position. So for this, we're going to lift up like this. We're going to come back down and lift up again. Never touching the ground, okay? And we want to get as much of our legs off the ground and as much as our chest off the ground. And we're going to do that 20 reps for 3 times. So focus a little more on the tips and tricks to keep this interesting. First off, you guys need to put on some hype music, something that really gets you psyched. I like to listen to a lot of different things depending on what my mood is, but you guys will be in the gym and they're playing music and you don't realize it, but it is actually helping you kind of get into the zone. So try to listen to some music. Don't sacrifice form here. Everything had that hollow body position. If you don't do these with a hollow body position, you'll find it to be very easy and you will not get a good workout at all. It's all about the positioning. You'll feel it. It has to feel hard. If you need to, take longer rests and do less sets to not sacrifice that form. There's no benefit of doing poor form in these exercises. There's just no way that it will actually help you as a climber. You can do this exercise just about every day, depending on how sore your core gets. It's a little bit different than some of the bigger muscles. Like I would not suggest hangboarding every day or even every other day, but this one will be good about every day, maybe every other day if you start to feel sore or fatigued. So going back to it a little bit again, this is focusing on core strength, and core power endurance, and not purely core endurance, which you'll get in a lot of the 6-minute ab type of things, where you see these trainers and they're sweating and they're doing all this stuff and they feel the burn. You don't need to quite feel that. There's a really good article by Training Beta that talks about it that I will link down in the description below. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I hope to come out with some more at-home training videos during this time, and catch you later.